Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final race of round 1 of this year's Zwift Racing League. Now I can't believe we've already raced 5 times this year and we're already in mid to late October. Wow. I wanted to give a huge thank you to all of you who have made this series possible. Everyone that's liked, everyone that's commented, everyone that's subscribed, and everyone who has watched these videos. It helps me understand that people want these types of videos for the Zwift Racing League, and maybe I might not be the best at it, but I'm trying to make every single video better than the previous one. I've picked up a few things here, I've picked up a few things there, and I'm ready to come back into round 2 with an even better version of these Recons. Now enough sappiness and hallelujahs here and there. Let's get into stage 6 of this year's Zwift Racing League Round 1 on a user-submitted course in Scotland. We have the Brae-kfast Crits and Grits. Let's go! Now this week, for the final race of the season, we will be racing on Brae-kfast Crits and Grits, a user-submitted course by the user JackCat. Now, JackCat, whoever you are, whatever category you are, if you're in my race, you will not be beating me. But if you are in your own category, your own time zone, I hope you do enjoy your course that you submitted, and also I hope you win. And remember, this is Stage 6, a scratch race, which means finishing points are everything, and that's basically all that matters. Even though there's a ton of KOM points, a lot of sprint segments, just segments in general, no points will be awarded for any of them. Just remember to stay in the draft and finish fast. Now, like I've said in a previous video, some things have changed with points, but scratch races have mostly stayed the same. The only thing that changed with points is that the higher you finish, the more points you get. But if you are on the podium, if you're 2 steps off the podium as well, you will be getting bonus points for your time. This means anyone from 1st to 5th will be getting either 10 points or all the way down to 2 points. The same podium bonus finishes that we saw last week in the points race. Now in this race, there's going to be 3 power-ups that are going to be available at the banners. There's the feather power-up, there's the draft boost, and then the ghost. While we've seen the feather and the draft boost before, this is going to be the first time this season that we've seen the ghost power-up. If you're not familiar with it, it basically makes you invisible for 15 seconds. Why would someone want to use this? Well, if you want to get a breakaway or a head start on a KOM, this is the perfect time to use it. Get a slippery breakaway, and maybe you'll even surprise some people. Now the feather will most likely be what your power-up is through any banners. It's at a 60% drop rate, while both the ghost and the draft boost bonus are only 20% each. Now let's move on to my bike of choice. Now the new Pinarello Dogma has been released into Zwift, and currently it seems like one of the top options for an aero bike. Paired up with some disc wheels, this can be one of the fastest options for a road bike. Now, obviously the Tron is also very popular, and if you have that, you can also use that. Personally, I think I'm going to go with the Dogma F, but I do have the Tron bike and I always like the color of it, so maybe I use that as well. For this stage 6, we will be racing for 22.1 kilometers and a total of 245 meters of climbing. Now stage 6 is going to be a complete loop around Scotland, and we're going to see some KOMs multiple times throughout this race. Actually, now that I think about it, there's a total of 6 KOMs. So I hope you brought your short climbing boots. Now let's go take a look at this very short, punchy route. Now this is a route that I definitely recommend warming up for. We're gonna start over in the Highland Pens and make our way left straight out of the pens and go up the paved side of the sugar climb. Now, while this is only the lead-in, you're going to want to make sure you are warmed up for this, because if you're not, there's a definite high chance you're going to get dropped. This pace is going to be extremely fast, and I could see anywhere between 2.5 to 1.5 minutes to get up this climb, depending on your category. Now, I would recommend burning some matches if you have to stick with that front peloton. The second that you get up to the top of the sugar KOM, you are going to be able to catch your breath and fly down it with everyone else. Now, the quicker you're able to get your heart rate and your legs into cooperation, you're going to be going into Glasgow for the Clyde Kicker Climb. Say that 3 times fast. And once you get up and over the Clyde Kicker Climb, you're going to be going past the Champion Sprint and on your way to the castles. Now, I do want to point out that none of these sprints, none of these KOMs are going to be awarding any points. So if anyone goes a little fast on them, just know maybe they're trying something stupid or they didn't watch me do a recon. Shame. Now, as soon as you get through the castle section, you're going to come up the breakaway Brae reverse climb. While this isn't that hard of a climb, it's not that long, it's not that punchy, but it's going to be fast. You're going to want to find a good speed to stick with this front peloton with, because you're going to do this small, short circuit 3 more times. Now, as we finish up our final lap on the breakaway Brae crit course here, we will be going up the reverse castle climb. Now, this isn't any kind of KOM or categorized climb, but note that there are quite a bit of percentages induced into this climb. The second we get up and over, take a second to get your breath back, get your heart rate down, and your legs as fresh as possible. We basically only have climbing left. At this point, the next 2.7 kilometers are going to be basically just climbing. Now, the start of this is right after the castle descent, and we're going to be going up towards the Highland Lap banner. Now, the finish is going to be identical to that lead-in that we did earlier on in this race. We're going to turn left once again, just like the lead-in, and go up the Sugar South Summit KOM. It's a big KOM battle, finish, mountainside, crit course, whatever you want to call it, extravaganza. So if you have enough to go at it and try to beat up your first time on the climb, which I highly doubt you'll be able to, but if you are, congratulations, and at this point you have finished this round of the Zwift Racing League. Round 1 is officially over. Which is crazy to say, it's crazy to think. I can't believe I'm recording this already. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this round of the Zwift Racing League Recons. Stage 6 is going to be one to remember. And as always, please hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see something different or something new in these videos, leave a comment. It always helps. And I'm always trying to make these better. So, as always, thank you for watching. And we're going to have the entire route right after this. You're going to be going into Glasgow, Glasgow,